In this episode, I'm going to be demonstrating FubuMVC.AutoComplete. This is a FubuMVC bottle that makes use of jQuery UI. I'm going to be using Fubu in Action as our demonstration application. So as a quick recap, Fubu in Action is a simple application for managing albums. You can create an album, takes you to the edit screen, and you have a list of albums as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the edit screen, and we're going to modify the genre property, and we're going to make this an autocomplete. Right now it's just a simple text field, so I can type in anything that I want and save it. Alright, let's hop on over to Visual Studio, and we're going to install the FubuMVC.AutoComplete NuGet. Okay, now that that's installed, let's take a look at the method that actually saves the album. So you can see that we've taken the album into our method here and updated into the repository. And album is actually the view model for the view that we're going to be editing. So taking a look at the album class, we see that we have a string property for genre. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an overrides class for our accessors. If you saw the validation screencast, I covered this a little bit more in depth there. So I'm going to define some metadata for the genre property using the autocomplete extension method. So what this method is doing is it's asking for an iLookup provider, which we will create. So we create genre lookup. That is an iLookup provider. Now, this interface simply adapts information into a lookup item, which is then projected down into a JSON response that jQuery UI is expecting. Now we can implement this ourselves, and we could take in a dependency and actually pull data from a repository if we wanted to. But in this example, I'm going to keep it very simple, and instead, let's delete all of this. We have a simple base class that we can use called simple lookup. What this lets us do is register some items just kind of on the fly. Let's put indie, we'll put rock, folk, and country. We're going to build that, and let's run it. Now, if I go to edit the album, start to type in rock, you'll notice that I actually get the autocomplete here. We typed in rock, indie, folk, and country. If I go to inspect the elements and bring up the network tab, you'll see that when I start to type in, we have a post back from the server containing the values that we're expecting. This is a brief introduction into FubuMVC.AutoComplete. This is just another example of some of the power behind the HTML conventions in FubuMVC. Be on the lookout for additional episodes in the coming weeks, diving into more advanced scenarios.